Welcome back. Right, second tutorial in this kind of little thingy. So some people call these German stars. They have all sorts of different names actually. They have been around for quite a few hundred years, I believe. I learned them as a kid in Germany. They're also called, I think, Froebel stars. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but yeah, basically they were meant to help children in particular to kind of get more nimble with their fingers, and so they're really cool little thing, and you can use them in a number of different ways. So if you only do half of this, let's just say you have one side only, you can attach them to little greeting cards, and they make like a little 3D greeting card. You can put them into, hang them onto little strings for like a wind chime things, that moves. So yeah, you have different options. So in order to make these, what we need is, just as before, we need 4 of these, and I do use 4 different colors again. Right, haven't got any blue at the moment, so there we go. So these are a little bit more narrow than the ones we used for that one. So these were 2 centimeters, right? These are 1.5 centimeters. We start off by the same way. And I cut their tips a little bit to make your life easier in terms of the tucking. Right. Next thing is we need to halve them, or rather fold them in on each other. There we go, right in the middle. There we go. Right. As before, we start off by having one, putting that one around, see, like so, around both of them. Next one comes from the bottom, also around both of them. And then the last one, this one here, goes on either side of the yellow and through the red. So, you see that? Right in the middle here. Right? And then you just tuck them. Tuck them in. Tidy them up, make it nice and tight. Alright. So they look like this. I turn them over. And then the topmost strip. Pull back on itself basically. Next one. Pull back this one. And that one here gets tucked in to right. See that? Turn it over again. Now we're doing the same steps that we've done earlier with this one. Right. I hope you remember, but I'll go through a bit quicker. So, right. Leave a little gap in the middle, makes it easier. Turn it on itself, and then tuck it in, right? And do that with all right-hand ones. This one, that one, and that one. Right. So all of these are done. Turn it over. Do the same with these. This one has a bit of a rip. I hope it doesn't fall apart. Right, so here we are. We've got corners on all sides, or little tips on all sides. Right. Now, in order to make these little tips here at the top, takes a bit of practice, but it's the same sort of thing if you use a ribbon, for example. Yeah, so you grab it. Well, I find it easier if you grab it from below, go like that, right, like so. See that? Basically like a ribbon, and then you pull it through. So it came from that way, and we're pulling it through that way. And paper can be sometimes a little bit tricky to work with, gotta say. But ideally what should happen, and doesn't at the moment, so I need to cut this down a little bit, make it a bit easier. Demonstration effect. So what happens is, this orange one here comes in between, can you see that? One of those tips, the green one in this case, comes right in the middle. And then it's a matter of really carefully, for some reason, 9 out of 10 times it works like a treat, and when I want to show it on a video, it doesn't. But that gives you an indication of, you know, what can go wrong. There we go, ripped a little bit. There we go. You see that? There you go. Yeah. So now we do this with the next one. So grab it from below, right? Go like so. And under the one we just formed. Yeah, that's a bit easier. There you go. Right, so those are your, well, 3 okay and 1 not so okay tip. There you go. And if you want, you can just cut the other ones on this side off and leave it as a flat kind of piece, right? And glue it onto postcards or Christmas cards or something like that. There you go. But we want to make one that has those tips on both sides, so we turn it around and do the same thing again. So I repeat, grab it from below, right? Grab it from below, like so. Go in, and then in on the other side. And ideally it should come out this way, right? There you go. And then, well, you can either leave some of these and, you know, hang them, or you can cut these off, or you can cut them in a different direction if you want, or you can cut them really close so you can't see them where they're coming out. That's really completely up to you. Go. So there's a 2D one that we made earlier, and then there's this one, right? So they both take 4 strips of paper, right? The ratio is 1 to 30. So if you have a 1 centimeter width, They need to be about 30 centimeters long. If you have them wider, obviously they need to be longer in order to have enough length for all of these. And you can make them out of all sorts of different paper and recycling and newspaper. Well, newspaper is probably a bit too thin. It will probably rip. But yeah, so there you go. There's a little project for you. Not just, you know, for what I'm making these for, Matariki, our new year. But they really, in other countries, they're usually made for Christmas, as Christmas decoration. Cool little thing to know.